Raised in the jungle, I ain't taking it light. These niggas don't say shit, and I ain't.
I'm wildin' for respect, nigga.
I'm out here wildin' for respect. I'm out here wildin' for respect, nigga. I gotta get a check. These niggas capping on the net, huh? I'm out here wildin' for respect. I'm out here wildin' for respect, nigga. Yeah, I gotta get a check. These niggas capping on the net, huh? You know my body, I'ma say what I want. I'm a predator, I'm out here, active on the hunt. All I see is prey. A bunch of niggas wanna stunt, never had a fight. I use these hands when I want. Raised in the jungle, I ain't taking it light. These niggas don't say shit, and I ain't jacking the hype. A lot of niggas say they the GOAT, but ain't worthy of mic. And mad, cause it's the best verse you heard in your life. This is lessons, but the verses ain't coming through weak. I told you, got hands, had to show them the reach. Full body, so the last place you win is defeat. Stay out my business, hold the Guinness, never spilling the tea. Yeah, they walking like they talking, but never move like a G. I want the smoke, but what nigga want it with me? I'm in my bag, this ain't coming for free. And if it is, then I'm Kyrie Irving, I'm too much for the league. I'm out here wildin' for respect. I'm out here wildin' for respect, nigga. I gotta get a check. These niggas capping on the net, huh? I'm out here wildin' for respect. I'm out here wildin' for respect, nigga. Yeah, I gotta get a check. These niggas capping on the net, huh?
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. Good morning. You already know what time it is. We back outside. We haven't done this in a while. Let me bring my brother up real quick. Live music is. What's good, man?
Good, baby, we here.
Yo, man, we haven't done this in a while. We haven't done a morning on beat media news in a couple of weeks, months.
Yeah, it's been some little time, man.
Been a little minute. But yo, listen, we back outside. There was something that was posted today that I felt like, we needed to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, shout out to Ball Bullies for the hat.
Yeah,
the hat.
fact.
You know what I mean? This is an age-old topic, a topic that's been in the culture for as long as I've been in the culture. Back out artists. Man. Shout out to anybody that's watching this right now. If you could tag Pep in the building, I'm gonna try to get Pep up here myself. See if we could get him to tap in real quick. But Pep recently earlier put up a post. I'm gonna try to pull it up, saying that he was supposed to battle somebody from, I guess, the K-Shark platform. His name is let me pull it up real quick. I don't want to misquote him. 1 second. But he had a lot to say this morning. And we're gonna try to give him his just due. But how you feeling this morning while I'm getting this together?
Man, I'm feeling good, man, as far as on beat is concerned, man. I think we're starting to get into well, first of all, shout out to Verbal Warzone. They just had an event, what was it, Saturday? The Midwest event, Danny Myers, highlighting the car versus Ski Mask Rico. They had a few cats out there. And it was a big move for on-beat battle rap as far as in the Midwest section in the region of on-beat battle rap. So I think that was great. There's a lot to talk about as far as on-beat, and again, this some things as we're going to talk about with this segment because I got to watch what Pep was talking about. So backing out is one thing, but we got to talk about a lot of there's a lot of things that's happening within the culture that's kind of fucking it up, but also if it's directed in the right way, we can make it something. So yeah, I feel good though. We here, man.
All right, so I'm not able to pull up the visual right now, but I am able to play the audio. So we're gonna play a little bit of the audio, and then we're gonna sit here and we're gonna talk about it. Let's get it. make sure. Give him his just.
Last night in the metaverse, man. Bishop got some big things going on with the metaverse. Make sure y'all tap in, man. The battles be crazy, right? So I'm supposed to battle this guy named Core. Mind you, I beat up on Core last year. You know what I'm saying? He know what a good ass whooping feel like. Y'all could go look that battle up. Pep versus Core, right? So now we supposed to be going 3 rounds in the metaverse in the tournament yesterday. Core backs out. For what reason? We don't know. Core not answering to nobody. Mind you, it said he was just active 30 minutes ago. So, of course, in the tournament, I just advanced to the next round because my opponent didn't show. Now, anybody else would be like, yeah, fuck it, I don't care, on to the next round. I'm a Golden Squad member. We tend to train a little different. We work a little harder. So guess what, Core? You was busy yesterday? You about to tell us you had some real life shit happen? Okay, before you even tell me, you good, player. Show up tonight for the battle, Core. Hey, Core. Tonight a bad night for you? Bet. Core. Show up tomorrow for the battle. Core. Tell Bishop what date you want to show up for the battle, Core. I don't want to just advance to the next round. I want to beat shit down your leg.
Guy.
Do me that favor, Core. You pick the date. I'm good. I don't need to advance to the next round because you didn't show up. I'm going to advance to the next round because I beat the shit out of you. How about that one? Hey, Kaiser. Hey, Drop. Mike Verner. Linguini. June Drama. You try to reach out to him. And I'm sorry, June. You're not in that. Hey, the rest of y'all. Hey, guys. Y'all can reach out to Core for me. Y'all can do me that favor. Tell him like, yo, you know it's still on the table if you want to try to get to the next round in the tournament. It's still on the table. He just ain't take the cheap win. Let him know the final level. We don't take cheap wins. We don't do that. It's the final level over here. So can one of y'all guys get in contact with him for the metaverse joint and let him know final level still waiting? You still get to play in the game. You still got some quarters. Look, I put a quarter up there for you. He don't even know, guys. Look, I just slid the quarter up there. You got next. Trust me. Because I said so. You got next. You feel me? Anything fucking golden. Yo, shouts out to Bishop, yo.
So, he had a lot to say.
Hey, talk to me.
I respect that, though. I'm not going to lie. Like, the fact that he's like, I'm not going to take the cheap route and just go on to the next round. I'm a quote-unquote wait for you. I can respect that. I can respect that, bro. Like,
I think that's the perfect way to deal with back out artists. In hindsight, as a battle rapper, I have stipulations behind certain when it comes to battle rapping. So I can understand certain people's gripes if you do want to maybe not want to engage, but if you do have that competitive nature within you, I think that's the best way to get at a back out artist. You really, if it really was that you had something going on and you really couldn't make this day, then what's up with tomorrow, baby?
right.
You know what I mean? What's up with the next day? Or what's up with you actually following through? Because we're not about to have you niggas just do this shit and not follow through. You're not about to just sit and chill and think because you said you backed out, now that you don't have a battle and your opponent, you can say whatever. Because I get what Pep's saying. You ain't going to be able to just say whatever you want to me.
Right.
Oh, we just didn't get to battle. That's why. No. Let's line this shit up. Let me beat your ass. And then let me show you what's up. I love that energy. That's the energy that we should continue to have within this culture as well.
What do you feel about artists that back out of battles, but then go on to battle other people? It's like, for me, I feel like if you back out of a battle, you shouldn't no, leagues should come together, even though leagues are competition too. But leagues should come together and be like, if you was contractually obligated to battle somebody and you backed out of that, but you shouldn't battle again until you battle that said person.
I feel I do agree with that. I agree there should be and I think we've talked about this for like just the last few couple conversations about having some penalties when it comes to on beat battle rap. As
If
far
that
as
person's accepting, because like you said, some people be like, you know what, I don't do all that extra. I already
yeah,
prepared for you.
again, I can understand that where it's like, and that's up to the battler's discretion. Where he's like, "Yo, listen, I don't want to put in that same work and time to just go battle a nigga who backed out on me." Yeah, I understand that, and you have all rights to it. But and I think to keep the flow going and to keep the energy, I think yeah, there should be penalties. Whether that person needs to go battle that person or sit out for the next two cards or card, you know what I mean, depending on how the things are set up. Because again, this will only help the culture move forward and set a standard. Some people are probably gonna look at it like, oh, who you to say whatever. I'm not saying the rules. I'm not saying what it is. I'm saying
But
if
it's a
there.
deterrent. Like forget who to set the rule. It's a deterrent because people back out of battles at an alarming rate. They giving bullshit excuses. They like I said before, like 1,000 grandmothers died that week, 1,000 aunts died that week, uncles, cousins, whatever. The funeral homes is packed on battle week.
On battle week.
You know what I'm saying? So to say, especially in a tournament form, if there's like some incentives involved and things like that, run it, hit niggas up for the next day or the day after that or the week after that. If your opponent is willing to deal with your bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That,
I could
I
definitely
mean, it's
understand
definitely up
Pep's.
to battle discretion, but it's like the way, like I said, Pep's approach. If you're not taking you know what, I'm not battling the person. If you are still willing to get them rounds off, whatever the case may be, there should be a space for that to be allowed. And if that person does not want to make up that battle in that regard, after backing out, he shouldn't get booked for the next card. And that should be, again, that like you said, that should be the league owners coming together and getting that to, because what niggas like to do is back out of, because you asked me a question like, how do you feel about people who back out and then end up going to battle after? There are people who do that at an alarming rate too as well. There's people who are back out, who are known for being back out artists at certain platforms, but would jump to a different platform and go to those battles.
Right.
And lock in with those people. So in their eyes, they're not looked at as a back out artist. They're looked at as, well, he comes to show up for me. And that's the divide, because the respected platform, or the platforms are not being respected just on a whole conglomerate. Because I've seen, like, as much as, shout out to K-Shark and everything they got going on over there, but Tony Stans was he was supposed to battle my man's Will Drama. Had a back out, but battled over there at K-Shark. Now, be it as it may, you know what I mean, what it is, he ended up doing his round, did it on the spot or whatever the case may be, but it came full circle around that. His name got on my came across my table, and I respectfully declined, because at the end of the day, there's things that stain these certain battle rappers, and that's one thing for me. Backing out and then going to go perform somewhere else in the same genre. It's not like, and then on top of it, the battle that you went to go battle for, you got cooked and you was the undercard. So it was like a lot of y'all be really doing a lot of doing these backouts and then going to battles just to get cooked, and it was just for no reason. You know what I mean? You put a stain on your jacket as far as with this other league, and then now you just looked at like a crumb nigga. So I think it's a pro and con, but yeah, there's got to be some penalties for these back out artists and for these niggas who don't be showing up and then coming online talking mad shit, nigga. You did not show up for your last couple battles. Shut the hell up. Humble yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel. And you know, unfortunately, certain leagues have certain artists that they protect. Let's just keep it tall. Some artists have leagues that protect them. Some artists have better relationships with certain leagues where if we really gonna try to push this situation forward, as much as people don't like contracts, and which I don't know why. See, my thing is this. I feel like the only reason why people don't like contracts is when you already planning to pull some bullshit. If the contract states in black and white and both of y'all agree, it's not one side has to oblige with what the other side is saying. Y'all both come to the table, y'all negotiate, y'all agree, and y'all write it down on paper. I don't see what the problem is with that. I feel like the only time people feel like there's a problem with contractual agreements is when they already have the notion in their mind that they're gonna be on some bullshit.
I think that is part of it, but I also think it's the part that people don't have the knowledge of what a contract can or will be. A lot of people, you know, back in the days, you hear about contracts, you hear about people getting fucked over by the fine print, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you just said, the contract, anybody can make a fucking contract. It doesn't have to be standard file by file based. Mm-hmm. If you do want it a certain way, they have templates for it, as far as just like you have a template for your resume, just like you have a template for a cover letter and anything like that. All these things have templates for a simple, basic conversation. Say a conversation goes into where money's involved. Mm-hmm. They have contracts for that. So for the excuse of people who don't want a contract, that means you just really don't have the knowledge of contracts and what they can actually do to help your dumb ass. Because a lot of niggas sitting up there, I don't really do the contract shit or whatever. Nigga, so that means a nigga can sit up there and do whatever and say whatever and take your bread and you got nothing to state that you had any business done with this person. Because, I don't do contracts. Niggas know what's up. You sound stupid, nigga.
That's what it sounds like. And I've heard niggas say it.
We're not speaking from non-experience. We're speaking from actual where people literally will say, listen, I don't want to deal with no contracts. You know what I mean? I don't want nobody. And the exact words, I don't want nobody to play with me. The whole point of the contract is for nobody to play with you.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can literally turn your back on whatever the fuck the situation is, knowing that you good because the contract states such and such. Get it notarized. Fold it up, put it in the envelope, send it back to yourself so you can get it's called a dead man's copy.
Give them the
I'm like, again, because people always think that we not up here trying to educate people too as well, because I don't want the excuses of y'all saying, oh, nah, niggas don't even be trying to. Listen, we teaching you. Go get some templates and see how contracts are put out. You can even be working with contracts yourself. Go to Staples, print out a couple copies and get it popping. So the excuse of the non-contract shit has to stop because we got to get into the professionalism of this, and the standard needs to be set. So yes, if you do set a contract for a battle and you have to uphold the
Live must have got a phone call, but listen, he's absolutely 100% right. Because at the end of the day, when you're doing a contract, that is a legal binding document between you and the party that you're doing business with. So there shouldn't be any type of real issues with that. And also, too, for the simple-minded people, I don't care if they paying you $50 to $100. A contract is a contract. And if you feel like because somebody's asking you to say, "Oh, you ain't even paying me enough for me to sign a contract." The man that cuts people grass has a contract. The people that do security for different things have contracts. A contract is never too big or too small for you to say you're not signing anything for a little bit amount of money. That's ignorant as hell.
Nigga, the job that you got, that you work and gotta get up for, you sign a contract to work there, nigga. You cannot work at any establishment or job without a contractual agreement that as an employee. That's a contract. Because they are giving you money. So because they are financing you, they have to put it down in writing that they are giving you a certain set amount for your services.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
for all of you niggas who just be job hunting and going ready to sign the paper because you're just trying to get this job, please don't worry about the contracts that you got to do for battle rap because it's only securing your pockets. Because the ones at your job don't give a fuck about you. I promise you none of y'all read the fine print. I promise you, I know none of y'all to read the fine print.
This is crazy. Well, I hope Pep gets that battle. I really hope Pep gets that battle. And I appreciate the way he went about it. Like he didn't get real super disrespectful. He just said, "Yo, come outside and rap. You're not about to pull a fast one on the people that want to see this happening." And I hope, I have a good relationship. Me and you both have a good relationship with K Shark TV. And if he is representing the K Shark TV platform, I think Kaiser should make. See, I don't want to say make because then that sounds really barbaric. I feel like Kaiser should take into consideration to talk to Tor and make him
Cool.
uphold that situation.
Absolutely. I think, yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? Again, it's a standard that we all want to keep as on-beat battle rap connoisseurs, as fans of the culture, as on-beat media. All of this works in a conglomerate. So if a nigga backs out of a battle, that means that's less bar breakdowns. That means it's less content that you could be able to push out there to push the shit forward. We all are affected by this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not as much because of maybe there's other people that's doing things, but if it becomes more of a habit, then we have less and less to be able to do and push the culture forward. And it's for all of us. Mm-hmm. Y'all won't be able to have battles to look at to even be like, yo, yeah, let me go holler at this person. So this is what I'm talking about. Backouts and lackluster performances within on-beat battle rap has to change.
Absolutely.
And I don't mean that as saying this is for every and any one of us that's gonna step on an on-beat battle rap stage. We gotta set the standard and we gotta set that shit high. Why? Because where everybody's talking. I've seen a lot of people posting online talking about where on-beat battle rap was, and some niggas don't look hungry, and some niggas are just a tale of the past talking about what was, and they wasn't even as hot then. There's a lot of shit going on. And y'all always comparing it to the acapella shit. Since y'all love the acapella shit, let's talk about it in the business aspect and form of it. What the period of time that we talking about where we want to get to that compares to the acapella, the smacks, and all the shit like that, is we have to lock in on all levels of professionalism. Which means the artist got to show up on time. The artist got to execute damn near perfectly, and I don't mean perfect, you gotta be perfect, but you gotta show the standard of on-beat battle rap so when we do promote this shit out to people who wanna sponsor it, they can see a quality product all around. So if the sponsors see battles are showing up on time, if the venue's filled, the energy is right, and the artists are on tip-top shape, it's easy to invest.
I never thought of it like that. You're right, because it's like, how can you expect somebody to fund something and it's not at its peak? You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, I don't remember who it was that posted this recently, but I do agree with some of the sentiments, man. There's cats who just get up in this, and I don't mean to, like, we saw Ball Bullies. That was a dope event, dope artist. It was definitely the feel that we got to see back again with On Beat Battle Rap, but it has been a lackluster set of opportunities that's been passing us by, and we don't seem to capitalize on it because of lack of promotion. Everybody needs to promote, but for some reason, some people feel they don't need to promote. Execution is key, and being prepared is key, but not everybody feels that way. And we've seen in battles, a lot of people talk a lot of shit, but there's been a lot of runbacks from some of your top on-beat battle rappers to some of your lowest.
Mm-hmm.
So the standard is obviously not there for everybody in this shit, and that's what I'm saying, in the sense of, if we got to be able to show our best quality at a certain point in time to get where we want to get to. Not that everybody's going to be that, but we do need to set a standard so we can have these people look at us. If you have a battle going on, set up a face-up with your opponents. Get more eyes on yourselves. Get more eyes on the culture, on what's going on.
You know, it's that too cool for school shit is one, but then I can't even say that because it's like when certain platforms call, people show. This is what I feel when it comes to league owners. Me being a league owner myself, I haven't thrown events in a while, but it's really because of this notion right here. I feel like you don't respect what I got going on if you're not putting your best foot forward. What I mean by that is that when certain platforms call you, if you go above and beyond, and when it comes time for you to do what you got to do, not only to boost my shit up, but to boost yourself, because you're your own entity. You're an artist. You want to get booked for other platforms and shit like that. But if you showing that you're not even engaged, why would I give you money? Like, why would I sit there and invest in you if you not even showing that you even give a damn when it comes to your own craft?
Absolutely.
That makes no sense. Jep, salute to Jep.
Shout out Jep.
Jep hit us up because he respect what we do as media. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with other different platforms. Like, the fact that we take the time to do bar breakdowns, we do reviews, we do all these different things. That shout out to King H. King H was asking some of the major platforms to come and do the same thing that we doing. But guess what? If they not coming, and this is not me trying to say, I don't give a fuck who it is. But if the On Beat world supported us in the way that we supposed to be supported, like how they view the Hip Hop is Reals, the 15 Minutes of Fame, who's to say that we can't be on the same playing field and then also shine light on beat in the respectable way that we supposed to? But it's too much ego, it's too much bravado. People don't want to share content and talk business and things like that, and that's why we at a stagnant pace. So Crooked shows love to everybody. So Crooked promotes everybody's battles. People we like or don't like. We promote battles. We promote cards. We do all that. But it's keep it 100. We don't get the same admiration and love back, which is cool. I'm not begging anybody to support what we got going on. But this is one of the main issues, is that we don't support each other.
Absolutely.
So how are you supposed to get further if it's just you, Ray from your block, and your cousin that's supporting you? We all got to get to the point where we support each other and really shine light on each other so we all can win. It ain't just one person. It ain't just one crew. It's multiple crews.
Also,
I'm so Crooked right now. But I rock with, shout out to Ball Bullies.
That's a fact.
He didn't pay me to wear this hat. Jep didn't pay me to wear the hat.
Also, there's a thing that we had talked about it. Me, you, and Pyro had talked about it of recent. about people not wanting to support things that they feel already has a machine behind it or already has support. Like how we talk about So Crooked. So Crooked is who we are. Is the amount of people that we have to the people that support us within our So Crooked, conglomerate, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of people outside of it who don't support it because they just feel we have enough. Like,
And
what
to
is you?
me,
How
that's
do you?
asinine because it's like, for instance, we get a lot of support. Whether we get a lot of support in the fact that people know who we are, showing us love and things like that. But when it comes to the tangible support, personally, I feel like it could be better. That's neither here nor there. But at the end of the day, I can tell you right now that if we post something, and this is another thing, when we speak in facts, sometimes it sounds like you being cocky or having some type of bravado to yourself. This is just natural facts. I've spoken to multiple league owners. They put SC members on the card because they know that we're going to talk our shit. They know that we're going to do skits and be combative with different artists. We bring in the energy to the building that's going to make for a great battle environment. This is not something that's just done on a limb. This is something that's done strategically. So at the end of the day, we doing what we got to do to make ourselves relevant. And in the sense of making ourselves relevant, now we are able to get the demand of being on certain cars and being in certain buildings. All of this is a business, people. Big or small, pause. It's a business, and you got to learn how to navigate in the business that you in. And unfortunately, in battle rap, we are in the business of combativeness. So we do what we got to do to keep ourselves in the mix. We talk our shit. We doing lives. We doing commentary. We doing all these different things that y'all may feel like, oh, they doing too much, or that's lame shit, or that's this, or that's that. Well, guess what? This is why SC is one of the most talked about crews in R&B battle rap.
It's fact.
It's a page out the book.
I mean, listen. I think for the whole universal conversation about unity and support, obviously, it is. I don't think it's going to start from the people that's not going to be doing it on a regular, because it takes us, like, support also takes a certain level of unselfishness that I don't think a lot of people possess. I think there's a lot of there's not a lot of selfless people. There's selfish people, but there's not a lot of selfish people. So to be able, like, I have my own platform. I'm my own artist.
Okay, we got Pep in the building.
We got Pep in the yo, Bundles, if you want to send him the link so you could come up there and talk about the conversation or whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
do
Pep,
that.
let me know if you want to pull up on the screen or if you want to call in the numbers at the top of the screen. We're basically talking about the post that you put up earlier about the back out that happened, and we actually commended you for stating that you didn't want to go on to the next round in the tournament or based off of a back out, that you were still willing to battle homie, whether it be today, tomorrow, the next day. So we just felt like that was something that, one, was commendable, and two, we feel like a lot of artists should take that sentiment, because artists nowadays are backing out of battles and then going on to the next one as if like the person they were supposed to battle didn't matter, or the energy wasn't supposed to be that, and things of that nature. So if you want to call in, you could call in, or if you want to shoot me a text so I could pull you up on the screen, if you feel like it, shoot me a text and I'll bring you up on the screen. That's what we talk about. Go ahead, live, my fault. Oh, I think live froze again one time. You're on mute, my brother.
Yeah, it's been 8. I'm back in.
Oh yeah, you good now.
Hold on. Give me a second. Go ahead, Bundles. Give me like 5 seconds. Give me a second.
No problem. Yeah, so I would love to hear from the people that's in the chat right now. Like, how do you feel about where the state of the culture of R&B is at, and what can we do to make things better? You know what I'm saying? I gave my sentiment. I've been giving my sentiment for the past 2-3 years now. And I like to think that I've been moving as an example of what we need to do to move forward, whether certain people like it or not. I feel like the reason why SC is where it's at is based off of my work ethic, the grind that the team put in, and the overall package of what SC offers to On Beat. I feel, and I'm saying at any point in time, people could correct me when I'm wrong. I also feel like when we are in battle mode or when we are in competition mode, we do attack it in the sense of showing entertainment and making it entertaining. So all those things come into play. Whether you like us or hate us, all of those things come into play. You know what I'm saying? So just please respect that. And if you don't respect it, you just do what you've been doing is keep watching. You know what I'm saying? We know this, we know the subculture is a part of on battle rap, so we ain't really too worried about that unless it's something disrespectful. But other than that, at the end of the day, the object of this business is to be talked about. And So Crooked is one of the most talked about crews in this business. We know that. We embrace that. We understand that. And we also know the energy that we bring makes for good content and good exposure for the culture. So, hold on, let me read some of these comments. Sorry, driving a lot of shit in here, but I got my headphones on, so I'm listening. But the backouts be ridiculous and they not being held accountable. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's what we just up here talking about. Like, you can't, all these, it's a lot of different artists that feel like they don't have to waste their time with certain artists, and I feel like that in itself is disrespectful, not only to the person that you're battling, but to the league. Because if you was booked to battle and you back out, especially you back out like the day before, or you just doing other things, like I've seen artists back out of battles and then be on the next card and the energy be totally different. So it's like, what, you thought this person wasn't worth your time, or you felt like this league wasn't worth your time? If that was the case, then why take the battle? Was it because you needed a couple of dollars? Because then you'll rap and say, like, yo, I got millions of dollars, I got this, I got bankroll, I got, like, what was the purpose of taking that battle from that league if you knew you wasn't going to come through and put together a well-polished product? Whatever answer you give, 9 times out of 10 is going to be negative. That's why the nonchalant attitude from some of these battle rappers when they do back out is a thing. Because if you really sat down and talked about why it is that you are the way you are as far as this back out culture is concerned, I guarantee you the answer that you give is not going to be in your favor. It's just not. Let's just keep it tall here. So for any artist that's watching this, or any artist that might watch this later on, let's cut the bullshit. Let's cut the bullshit. We don't want to deal with that. All right, let me read these comments. At this point, leagues need to support each other more, do more business together. Also, like Pep said, the back out artists. The back out artists need to be penalized. I had to make all artists sign a legal agreement now just because of backouts. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. If you got legal documentation stating that somebody's supposed to contractually be at your event and they don't, and then they take a battle someplace else, then yes, you most definitely should take legal action. Because that's a smack in the face. Miss me with all that other extra shit. Oh, they rat. Miss me with all that other extra shit. This is a legal situation. These league owners are paying for venues, DJs, audio equipment, security, shoot, the artists that are there, this is not a small time thing. Now, you, the artist, may be having a small time thought process. That's on you. But this situation that we build in here, this culture that we are trying to put together, and let's just call it what it is, other people are starting to come into the culture and trying to make their claim and state their claim in our culture. We got to get right. The writing is starting to be on the wall.
Absolutely.
So when are we going to say, you know what, enough is enough?
I mean, the only people that actually care about what's happening to our league is the people that's invested into it.
Right.
So it's hard. It's a hard task to ask the people who aren't committed to shape up. But that's why I said the standard of a penalty behind what a back out or anything like that would be a lot more suffice, because it'll weed out a lot of this bullshit.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of I think it would start with the league owners. The league owners have to take a stand, because without a league, you're just another person on the street.
You know
what I'm saying? So, league owners, take the bull by the horns, and let's get right. All right, so now we talked about that. Do they have any recaps of the event that went down this weekend?
Thanks, whatever he did, we let them know. Say that again, brothers.
Did they do any recaps of the event that happened this weekend with Rebel Warzone yet?
Not that I know of. I know I saw a few people post about certain individuals didn't make a battle.
Oh, so they had backouts on their end too.
I think only one though. I don't think it was something heavy as far as like impacted the card itself. But other than that, I heard C Double did his thing. First of all, if you want to pull up that card, we can. If anybody has any insights of what happened or want to give us a rundown as far as calling out who won, who didn't, who you got debatables, you can let us know.
Yeah, because like right now, what I'm seeing, I'm looking at the page, and I see that there's a little clip. They said Danny Myers freestyling about C Double at the Airbnb was better than his round for Rico.
Yeah.
He said, hey, I impact the card. No, we're not saying you didn't impact the card. We're saying that if the battle didn't happen, well, what are we supposed to do? Like, let's just say somebody's coming to see the Pep battle, right? And his opponent doesn't show up. Now, if that person wants to make a riff and say, all right, I paid my money to see X, Y, and Z amount of battles go down, but only, let's just say 5 out of 10 battles went down, and I paid $40. In business, if that person was to ask for $20 back, what you going to tell them? I paid to see 10 battles. That's like going to an NBA game and you paid to see 4 quarters of basketball and the game just gets stopped. Like the Malice in the Palace. Let's say that happened at halftime and they shut the whole arena down. 9 times out of 10, the NBA is going to refund you your money.
Yeah, they'll refund you the ticket or give you a credited price for next ticket to the next event for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
That's standard. See, again, we talk about contracts. That's within a contract. Even when you go to an NBA game, you buy a ticket, whatever the case may be, if such set events happen, it's almost standard that they have to do it because it's within their policies of if something happens. So, and we talk about in the battle rap world, man, like we have to start getting to these professional on-beat battle rap has to get more professional. I'm not saying that all these other leagues are more professional than we are. They're probably just as mixy. I've heard the acapella world is just as mixy, just as chaotic when it comes to the personal shit or the back and forth shit. But one thing I do give them respect for is that we don't get to see it as much. We get to see more of the business side than we do the actual whatever. I don't know too much about what's going on as far as the acapella world and the business aspects of it or whatever. It was only Smack just recently saying there's no money in battle rap because up to the point of him throwing battles and caffeine and all that, I wouldn't have known. We wouldn't have known. But they have a standard of professionalism that we haven't yet grasped, but I think we can get there. Again, we don't gotta like each other. But we all love this on-beat battle rap shit, though. And we all want to see that shit pushed to a degree and level where, you know,
I think some people are just in it for the clout, and I'm gonna give an example how some people are just in it for the clout.
So
You have artists that will only pop out, whether it be physically, verbally, internet wise, if it's something, one, retaining them, two, somebody that quote unquote has a name, or B, just to be spiteful towards somebody. I can name a plethora of artists that do not do anything to help the culture at all. They're not popping out to events. They're not sharing content. They're not engaging with other artists, collaborating to do things. It's all about them. It's all about what they got going on. They don't support. They don't pop out. They don't do anything positive as far as the on-beat battle rap community, other than boast themselves or try to tear down somebody else. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them in the culture that do that, and unfortunately,
well, I will say this too, because again, we are talking from experience. We're talking also from, like, again, I've had on-beat battle rappers have a gripe with me, and I'm not with me about me not showing up to battles to support other on-beat battle rappers. Now, this was maybe in my second year. Somebody made this claim. I took it upon myself. I didn't argue with a nigga. I didn't actually say, nah, whatever. Because I was under the notion like, yo, whatever. If it was a battle I wanted to go to, whatever. But I said I was on beat, just now started on beat media covering. So I said, you know what? Let me show up to all these events that I can to show love to the on beat battle rappers, me being live, who I am, part of So Crooked. As niggas seem to claim that we have some sort of bougie aura about us that we don't. This was the notions. We don't show up. We only show up to not to support our own and keep it pushing. From that point in time, when people made that claim, myself and Bundles and the crew has been out to a plethora of events. You can go check the game tapes. You can find us all at all of these battle rap events. You can find the Bundles in the back there somewhere. You'll find a live somewhere around there. I hosted the Sniper 10s. I went out to the first Ball Bully event after that, and no So Crooked member was out there. This was just to support on-beat battle rap. The first standalone, find me in the back when they did that video where there was 50 Philly niggas in that video. I was there. I just wasn't in the video. But shout out to them doing their thing, man. And I went dolly by myself, paid my bread. Ain't nobody gave no stipulations. Went out to the K-Shark event, same way, showed love. So it's possible. It's absolutely possible. And it is not a problem for you to stake the claim to say, hey, I would love to see you guys at an event. I would love, because that's what we here for. So when Bundle says there's people who don't support the culture, they only pop out when it's literally maybe their own people's. Or maybe a set league is the only league that they show up to. But you got fans all around this R&B battle rap culture. Some of y'all in verbal war zone right now talk mad shit about, yeah, I'm top this. But a lot of niggas don't even know you in Cypher City or K Shark, Bar Bullies.
How about help build the culture by bringing fans over that don't necessarily have to be fully attached to you? Like, for instance, I'll use somebody that people are intact with now, Bars and Garage. Bars and Garage will tell you that his first battle event outside of the New York scene, he rode with So Crooked. He got to know some of the Philly artists. He got to know, different league owners and things like that.
Yo, first of all, shout out to Bars in the Garage for that, because that was my battle versus Spoonie when he came out, and he wasn't necessarily a live fan. He told me straight up, yo, I want to see what you gonna do, man. He actually had Spoonie in the battle, which Spoonie did win, but he had a newfound respect for the entire culture, us, as a conglomerate, and seeing what we were able to do, to the point where he's now immersed in the culture.
Absolutely.
So
shout out to my guy. Shout out to my dude from Adventures. Brought him to an event. He came through, show love. He wants to do some business over here in the near future and things like that. But unfortunately, we got to get our shit together. How are we supposed to put together something that is supposed to work and make us some money, especially with people from the industry? Especially people from the industry, because y'all know how the industry play. Like, they all about their money. They don't really care too much about the personality and things like that. I'm just keeping it tall. They don't really care too much about the personality and all that. They worried about how they're supposed to get their money. Bringing people over here to show them a product that could potentially get us some paper and some notoriety. Those are things that I feel like we need to do, and certain things that I felt like I did. So when I invited my boy Dex Diamond from Adventures out to a battle event, and mind you, it was a battle event that I was not a part of. You know what I'm saying? It was an event for another platform. Yes, some of the SC artists was on it, but I brung him to show him the product that we could potentially do some business and make things happen for On Beat. And the way things is going right now, how can you display that in a professional level and really make these people want to start spending their money with us?
Jody Mack, it's the word. Tapping
You know
into
what I'm saying? So people, please understand that, and please understand what we saying here when we talking. We're not just talking just to be talking. We talking because we trying to enlighten and we trying to uplift.
Absolutely.
We trying to do better.
It's a standard that we all need to set that we've been trying to set, and I think what happens is, again, people always quick to judge about, or they quick to assume, because they don't get to see the shadow work. They don't get to see the people that put in the work behind the scenes in order to make certain things happen. And not all those people are always going to tell you that they're behind the scenes doing these things. A lot of niggas are not this. I know a lot of niggas that would give niggas money in their pocket and never say a fucking word about it for life. For life. Because that's just not who they are. They're not gonna sit up here. But if they're up here, they obviously care. So I mean that to say, the On Beat Media crew, like, bro, I appreciate Jeff in that moment. I'm not gonna lie, that made me feel better about doing this On Beat Media shit. The love, the camaraderie, the yo, Mr. Modesto, even the call out. You know what I'm saying? That made me understand that I have impacted this culture to a level where people have the respect for what we do. And that's through hard work, man. You know, yo, bro, you know, niggas, we don't be wanting to get up on here all the time, bro. Niggas got families, lives, shit to do, gang. To get up here on these platforms and to get up on here, give people news. There was a point in time where a month period, people were just sending us shit. Hey, y'all not gonna get up on Beat Media, do this? We had to take a break.
Yeah, the mental capacity be on 10 sometimes.
And it's not even about the shit that we got going on. Sometimes it's just a lot of y'all shit that y'all got going on. Y'all try to throw it on Beat Media.
Yep.
We got energy too, man. Some of that shit is draining. So pardon self that we not always where we need to be with certain shit, but we are the only, right now, the number one and only source for On Beat Media. We is. We need people to continue to push. We need more platforms, more content sources. Shout out to everybody who's, I see people starting to do some shit. And it's great for our culture. But continue to do it. Stay consistent with the shit. Don't just do the shit because you feel like you're trying to compete with somebody else.
Right.
Or you're trying to compete with a platform. This is not what that's not what I don't believe that's what my brother Bundles came up here to do when he first started the media shit and the platform. Because as you see, he's now there was a lot of cats that was doing media at that time. Before I even came about, there was a Sam Souls, there was a this one. We're here now with it. No, and it's not to shade or not. I'm just saying this takes hard work. It takes dedication. It takes people wanting to get up here and actually show love. Actually show unbiased love. When I came and joined, that's really what the standard was for. If I'm gonna be a part of this shit, it gotta be unbiased and you gotta be real with these niggas. Look where we at now, 2 years, bro. Like I said, Bundles didn't automatically choose me. I actually made damn near audition.
Yeah, man. Listen, like at the end of the day, I'm a fan of the culture, man, and the people that I talk to, the people that embrace me and talk to me, and I just let it be known, like, and this is why I feel like what I say comes from a place of purity because I am a fan of the culture. And my opinion is just that. And you know, before we get out of here, you artists got to stop doing this. When a fan has an opinion, just because they can't rap or choose not to rap on the caliber of which that you rap, do not discredit their opinion. They are the consumer. They are the person that is consuming the product that you are putting out. So if I say I don't like the Snickers candy bar, and then Snickers say, "Oh, you ain't got no right to say that. You don't make Snickers." But yeah, pause. I'm the one eating it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like it. So artists, at the end of the day, let's stop the whole notion that people doesn't have a right to say things. Now you can disagree. I'm not saying that you can't disagree, but to tell an artist that they ain't got the right to say whatever it is that they feeling about the product that you put out, then guess what? Keep your raps in your notepad and rap it to your friends. Because if you're rapping it to the masses, you're going to get some critique back.
Absolutely. I'm second that notion. One, as an on-beat battle rapper myself, the comments are going to come. The fans are going to come. There's going to be people that don't like you. And you got to be able to differentiate who's one, a fan. And I mean, obviously there's going to be people talking shit. Even I've had niggas just say that they didn't like me or my rounds or whatever the case may be. And maybe that was for the moment. Because later on, it was like, I fuck with this nigga. It is what it is. Battle rap is subjective. You know what I mean? Sometimes a nigga might grow on you. Sometimes you don't. I've heard that a bunch of times even with my own shit and my crew of people. First of all, shout out to Bug. Happy birthday to my brother Bug, Mafia member. Bug. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, this is a culture that is always going to be tested as far as in a competitive nature. Y'all, as battlers, we need to stop being so butthurt about people's opinions, whether it's fans or just a critique. Take it on the chin and keep it pushing, baby. You are who you are, and if you believe on who you are, man, there's nobody who really can stop your grind in motion. But if you constantly worrying about what people are saying about you, you're never gonna push forward. You're never gonna get to where you're trying to get to, and that's just life lessons. They ain't got to do battle rap or nothing. You're never gonna get to where you're getting to if you still focusing on what somebody else is thinking about you.
Right. Listen, man. We appreciate everybody that tapped in this morning. We're gonna start doing this again more often. Not gonna say every day. We're not gonna promise you that.
Yeah,
But
we did that.
we definitely gonna be doing a lot more morning on Beat Media news. We probably definitely gonna do Monday mornings because you know the weekends is usually when a lot of stuff is going down. So just stay tuned. Make sure you hit the like, comment, subscribe button.
Hashtag on Beat Media, guys. Hashtag on Beat Media. If you want your content to be pushed out there, I know you guys are hashtagging the On Beat Battle Rap, but make sure you hashtag on Beat Media so trust and believe it's gonna get out there. We got the views. You could go check our pages so you understand where the view counts is at. We're basing it on 1,000 plus when it comes to the viewpoint. So it's 1,000 more people viewing your shit. Just hashtag on Beat Media so we can get it. We can link it up to our pages and share it to our stories. That's how this works. Yes, we hashtag it on Beat. If you hashtag on Beat Media and you one of them, if you're a Golden Squad nigga, we putting it up. If you hashtag on Beat Media and you one of the part of the walk down, we putting it up. You know what I'm saying? K-Shark, Cypher City, we're putting it up. It's the only platform for On Beat Media, On Beat anything. So please utilize it to its best degree. Cut the emotional shit out and let's really push the way we need to push. You already know what it is, man.